I met a woman, and she liked my dress, which is always Western. And then I joined her art group, and then she said, well, after a couple months, she said, well, what are you going to do for our big art show? And I go, I don't know. And so finally I decided that I was a sculptor, because I had done a lot of other sculpting of wood, and so I took up wire. I wanted to learn how to weld, because I knew everything about wood, I think, and so I took a art welding class, and my friend where I was staying at the time in Torrance, California, he gave me some wire that was up in his attic, and so that's what started the wire. And I made just a flat face first, but then I started pulling out the nose and the cheeks, and I thought this could be a sculpture and not just a flat wire. It's spread out from there. I do other fish and birds and dogs. It's always developing, either something new or a new shape or a new piece of wire. Yeah, I found this rope, and I thought it would be a good idea to use it for frames, because it's very laborious making wooden barnwood frames like this one here, and I thought, well, maybe I can just make them out of rope. So it seems to be I think it's going to work, but it's still laborious, because you have to put wire around the rope to make it stiff enough to be a frame. Well, Arturo gave me an idea of using this rope inside that frame there, and so that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm using this wire to cover up the weld and the plastic rope. And I like making faces.
So would you say then since I guess love is what got you into here?
Oh yeah.
did the love for the woman transcended to the love of the art?
Yes, she spurned it. Yeah, and encouraged me when she saw what I could do. Yeah. And so we're still great friends. She lives in Redondo Beach. Deidre. She's a photographer. The first art group, which was was my friend Deidre's art group. It was called the Redondo Beach Art Group. It's R-Bag. They called themselves R-Bag. And there was 5 Michaels in that group, so I was EMichael. And it came to me naturally because that's my first name is Edward. And so I just used that as to discern me from the other Michaels. No, I tried real estate and truck driving. And I'd rather do art. About 7 or 8 years now. It's a lot less stressful. I was at the VA one day, and I saw this postcard on the wall, and it said Veterans Art Show, and I'd been doing my wire for a while already, and so I figured great. And so it said the entry date was like yesterday, and so I figured I'd call them anyhow, and I got a hold of Arturo, and there was a meeting the next night, so I went to that meeting, and been with Art Expressions ever since. So this is EMichael, and this is my Art Expressions.